Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Pocket Captains Plays Pixel Starships, Power Leveling the Ninja Queen. Well, things are happening. Now what's going on right now is, I'm hunting Zeppelins. Some people say blimps. I like to go for the exotic. It's a Zeppelin, because I'm trying to get some Starbucks. I've spent a whack, and the more I do this experiment, the more I realize there really is a cap on how many Starbucks you get in a day. And I think I'm going to try to figure out what that cap is. But in the meantime, I've got reasons to level up. So before I get into why I'm leveling up my Starbucks, I'm going to do a quick cutaway to events that led up to tonight. Basically yesterday, I've recorded something. I think it was yesterday. So I'm going to cut away to that now and let you watch that so you can see the step that happened in between. I didn't bother doing an episode because I didn't think it was worth it. So I'll just slide it into this one. So I'll be right back. It is now Tuesday, November the 27th at 10 o'clock. This is the day after the Level 7 episode. And I went to work, had a busy day, a normal kind of a day, and had absolutely no time for anything to do with power leveling or even touching the game. But after I got home and had dinner and cleaned up, I sat down and I just hunted for every blimp I could find until I got to 198 Starbucks, which by a magical coincidence is roughly where I am right now. So I thought I'd take a moment, pause, and hit the yes button. Oh, that felt so good. Did you guys all see that? This thing can now get up to a capacity of 610. What I'm going to need to level up is 500. So here we go. The minerals are now growing. I've got exactly one Starbuck left. Now, here's the thing that's been driving me crazy. I've been doing a lot of blimp hunting lately. I've noticed that I'm beginning to think now that I could do this to level up and maybe do an alien starship. I've been doing so much blimp leveling. The thing is, I've heard a rumor. Somebody mentioned once, I think I read it somewhere, that there's a cap on how much you can get from a blimp. I don't know, but I do know that as I'm leveling away, I came within like a buck of being able to level this thing up, and I thought, oh great, I can do my show. And then the blimp stopped providing. I click on the blimps and they just stopped giving. And it's a gambling one, and I don't know if it's a coincidence, but there's this one for like a slot machine. When I find it, it goes exceptionally long, and then at the end of it, you get nothing. And from that time on, the blimps give nothing more. Now, I don't know if there's something wrong with that ad, or if I just hit the cap. I think I remember hearing something about 30. That'd be 90 Starbucks. It's possible. I think I actually got more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. I was looking to see if I could see one now. Mind you, I'm not going to click it on the show. That'd be free advertising for somebody. But I swear I haven't had any luck with a blimp since then. I've tried 2 or 3 and nothing. So what I had to do is I had to wait until I got to a point where enough time had gone by and the Starbucks had accumulated. The other thing I can't figure out is this thing was full. I haven't spent anything on that. When this thing was done, it was level 10. This thing was full. When I went to bed last night, when I got up today, it was at 200 and something. And yet I look, Starlog, nobody's attacked me. So where are my minerals going? I don't know. I'm noticing that on my other ship too. It was kind of anecdotal for that one, but this is a nice ship because nobody ever attacks it, and I haven't done any leveling up on anything. I couldn't, and I won't now because I'm trying to fill this room. I wish this one was all done. So where did my minerals go? I've been trying to figure that out, and I don't know. So I was over 300 something. Actually, as much as this afternoon, I was as much as 300 something, and yet it might have had something to do with the fact that I switched from my iPad to my iPhone because I was at work, and every now and again I click minerals. So when I was on the iPad, it was 300 and something. When I got to work, it was only 200 and something. And I've been trying to build it back up ever since because I wanted to be basically at the 300. It was at 310 or something like that, 315, and I wanted to be at that threshold. So when this leveled up, it would just carry on. But here's me trying to get back to where that one used to be. A little disappointing. But anyway, I've got 2 mineral workers now working at full blast. This one's 1 day and 7 hours away. I have no estimate in how long this is going to take to fill this thing. I'm going to push it for everything I can, but I don't actually think I'm going to find anything in the way of Starbucks anymore because the blimps have just stopped giving. So that's it for me for tonight. You're probably going to hear this as part of the show where I actually get to press the button on the ship. This thing is full. It's at 500,000. We're ready to go. It shouldn't be too much longer. We're at 285 now. We're going to do it without any Starbucks, it looks like, unless I sell. Well, look at what I got here. Let's go ahead and use some of these. Use. Yes. Let's get this up as high as we can. Yes. Use. Yes. Use. Yes. And a couple of these too, just for good measure. I'm throwing whatever I've got into the mix. I got a couple of things I can sell for Starbucks. So now we're at $2.99. We have just over we have 201,000 to go, and then we're ready to level this thing up. It shouldn't take too long. It didn't take me too long to get to $2.99. I don't know if I can get it done tomorrow night, but that's my goal, and then we'll be on our way to level 8. The level I have yet to achieve, although I've been peeking in at the easy hit, and easy hit is now very, I mean, realistically, I could have pushed the button tonight. You have more than enough minerals, but I'm trying to level up a couple of rooms and get a little more research done before he goes up. But there's really nothing stopping him from moving on. But it looks like the Ninja Queen is going to completely blow him away as she plows on to greatness. So anyway, thank you very much for listening. Back to the show about the actual leveling up. Thanks. Well, that's what we had to do to get that room leveled up. But now that the room's leveled up, today, with the help of some Starbucks I was able to accumulate by hunting Zeppelins, at around 9:30, we began the process of leveling up toward level 8 Ninja Queen. We have 1 whole week to burn. Now, the cost of this is going to be 884 Starbucks. It was 900 and something when I first did it this morning. So as you can see, I've already built back to 125. We are not going to take a week. I mean, 884, and I'm going to hopefully be around 200 tonight before I go to bed. That puts me roughly not even a quarter, less than a quarter, let's say a fifth of the way there. But with every day that goes by, I'm going to add more Starbucks. With every day that goes by, the total number of Starbucks needed is going to go down. And before you know it, sometime well less than a week, we're going to be at a point where I have more Starbucks than they have days, and we're going to be able to level this thing up. So that's going to be very nice. So again, this is about power leveling. It's about getting it done fast. Now, I'm taking advantage of the fact that it did say 1 week. I know it's not going to be a week, but I'm going to try to level up these rooms here because they were integral to my ability to fill this thing up with minerals. I've also been trying to trade on the stock market. Now, for those of you who are trading on the stock market, I'll just say the market, some things I want to point out. One is, when you're looking at the prices on things like Pixie Ship, remember that when people are selling, they are often trying now to transfer goods between one ship and another ship, and they're using like one mineral crate, and they're going to pass like 5,000 gas for that price. They don't expect anybody to buy it except the person they're dealing with, just so they can move the gas from ship to ship. The mineral crate's irrelevant. But what happens is, Pixie Ship, which is collecting stats on transfers and sales, are recording that the price of crates is going up. Now, if you try to take advantage of that and sell a crate for slightly more, then no one's going to buy it. And that's kind of what I did. I bought a bunch of stuff for a single Starbucks with the hope that I was going to sell it. I put on the market. I did put up for a little bit more, but I didn't do enough homework. I got a little tired. I should have done more. And it's stuck. It's stuck there. I got to wait 24 hours to get that back, in which case I'm not doing any more selling until that comes back. There is a way to upgrade it, but I haven't done the research to improve my marketing capability. I have to level up this lab first, and I'm not using any resources for that. Everything's about power leveling the ship, or I could sell 2 things at once. My advice would be that when you go to the market and you want to sell, say, a crate of gas, here's something I would definitely do. I mean, you can see things going, there's $1 for gas. That's not too bad. But you see, let's see this crate of minerals here. You're thinking, what's a good price for a crate of minerals? Actually, that's not too bad. $5. I think it's a little higher. We can maybe do better. But what I've learned to do is, oh, look, some apps are ready for updating. Later, go away. Try in an hour. What I've learned is if I type here and I go down to mineral, I can see what's sitting there and what's not selling. So I know there are some prices here that things are just not going to move for. There's no point. So if I was going to try to trade up, like look at the 53, no, that's not going to happen. 50 for a large crate, maybe it's a large crate. It's hard to say. That'd be 10,000, I think. So that's not too bad, perhaps. 305 for a large, no. So look at what's sitting there and what's been sitting there for a bit and think to yourself, well, why has that been sitting there for 21 minutes? Is he locked now? Is this a locked guy? 2 small crates for 4. That's not too bad either. 1 small for 3. So you can use this as a way to say, well, if it's sitting there, maybe that price is too high. Maybe I could do better if the price was just a little lower. 5 for a small crate, not bad. That's 3 for a small crate, better. So you can use this to gauge. What I'm not seeing though when I go to mineral is this changing a lot. It seems very static. Well, if I turn it back to all, it's quite a busy service now. Look at the stuff's moving along. Now it could just be there's not a lot of minerals coming and going. That's possible. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been learning about using this thing here is I will probably monitor a little more closely before I try to put something up for sale to try to get a price. Bye. No longer available. Wasn't that? You gotta be faster than I am too. Definitely not fast enough. I mean, it's hard to do with a mouse. I'm a little faster if I do play the market with my my finger on the iPad. So anyway, my plan is this. I'm now power leveling these rooms to try to get them up as fast as I can. I'm only going to get 1 crack at this one, so it's mineral level 11. I believe this, or mining room 11. I believe it can go higher. This room, as high as it can go now. But I'm worried about this room. I think my total gas capacity at 160 will not be enough to level this room up again. I've looked it up. I think it said 600. So I'm not sure now. I haven't been to this level yet. I have no ships at this level. Do you get a second room? Or does this room now have the ability, I can guesstimate, this one go to 610. So it's possible, and this one can level up again. So it's possible that I have to get this room to level 12. That's a lot of minerals. So as soon as this one's finished in 1 day and 13 hours, I still won't be ready to level up the ship. I'm going to suddenly start pouring everything I've got into this room to get it up to the point where it's ready to receive enough gas to level up this room for the next level up. So I'm going to be kind of busy playing that. And then, of course, once it is leveled up, I need these to be as good as they can be. And I think it's going to be 11, 11, and 9 to start filling this room up. I can't invest much more into that. I'm going to have to start investing something in these to get this room filled up. Now, it is coming along. I mean, I'm slowly filling it up. I've got 3 full gas miners. It just seems painfully slow. Whereas, and I got another question. Looking at how much minerals are coming in with all of these 3 occupied, I always thought that when they were leveling up, they weren't contributing. But I'm looking at the minerals staying well ahead of the gas. And I kind of get the feeling these are contributing, even though they're in the process of leveling. So I don't know how that works, if they're still able to help, even if they're leveling up. I thought they weren't, but maybe all this time they have been, which means that I could have been leveling those up to my advantage at any time, that they were in fact always helping. They were always making a contribution. I don't know. I'll have to look into that more too. It's important to know when you're doing power leveling. So that's all I wanted to say tonight. We did it. We made the big leap to level 8. I have no other ship that's done this, so I'm now in very new territory. My goal is to not take 1 week. I'm at 125 now. I'm not done by a long chalk. I'm going to keep whittling down at that, as this number will also keep coming down as the days go by. Eventually they'll converge and we'll be ready to click the button and we'll have our brand new ship. The question is, will I be ready to level it up? I don't know if I'll be ready to level this room up if this one needs a level 11 gas hold, the capability of holding it at level 11. I could do a lot while it's offline. The next one, that's pretty trivial. This is only going to take me, what, a day? But I'm going to lose time if I have to get to 12. So, if 12 is the objective, I'm definitely going to lose time after the ship hits level 8 to get this room up to speed. And the really tragic part is, I'm going to be burning minerals to do it. Then when it does have enough gas, I'm going to level this one up and have to turn around now and spend minerals filling this room up again. So we could be marooned at level 8 for longer than I want to be, unless I think of something very, very clever. So in this particular case, it might come down to more than just Starbucks to get this week down. I almost think I'd need this week just to get all these rooms into position where I can keep going. Maybe that's the smart play. Maybe not. I've got time to think it through. I mean, I haven't been perfect getting these right in timing, but there's more at stake now. So a little bit of paper and pencil research will tell me the fastest path to level 11. But certainly level 8 is a big step. So level 8's coming. When it's coming exactly, I don't know, but it's coming. Hopefully sooner than a week. But I've got to use what I can and do what I can to get these rooms ready. In one day, 12 hours, I'm switching to this room to start its leveling up process so it can be as ready as possible. No rush right now. I mean, these gas miners won't be able to fill this too quickly. Yeah, it should be about 160K when this room's ready to pop. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, they will be, because then there's another day for this to fill up. And I don't want to use the Starbucks to level those rooms, but do I have to? But then if I do, I am taking a full week. Difficult choices. I almost think I'd like this ship to be level 8 faster to leave me room with more flexibility. I mean, I can't do anything with this room now. I have no flexibility that way. But if this thing's completely leveled and I have to get this to the full level 12, I have the flexibility to do that whenever I want to. And if I'll have the option to upgrade these two, if there's further I can go than mining 11, I'm pretty sure there is. So, choices. For now, I'm going to make use with what I've got, do what I've got with the resources available. That's 3 rooms. Let's get those 3 rooms cooking and start bringing this one up to speed. So that's all I've got for tonight. A little bit of planning, just a little bit. It's been a busy day. Oh, good. The market's free for me. Now I can start selling stuff. I remember what I tried to sell that for. It was 14. Much too high. I'm going to bring that price way down by studying more carefully this time. Try to get some more Starbucks by using the stock market this time. I'm going to buy low, sell high, see what happens. It's a learning process for me. It's going to be an interesting one. I got some assets that I think people will want. This I purchased. I may end up having to use them here, but for now, let's get the Starbucks going. So let's see what kind of an empire financially I can use just by trading instead of just by clicking Zeppelins as they go by. Oh, and if you're mining Zeppelins, by the way, zoom out as far as you can, because a lot of times they pass down here or up here and you're not going to see them, or at least you're not going to see them as well as you're zoomed into here. The flip side is those little green bucks that go by are harder to see when you're zoomed right out. So that can be a bit of a challenge. So if you're mining for stuff, you want to get some more Starbucks and you're mining for Zeppelins, that's my tip. Keep it zoomed out as far as you can. Oh, one other tip when you're looking at the market. Not too long ago, I told everybody about the widget on the iPhone, where if you move the screen to the far left, you could have a Pixel Starships widget where you could update the ship's resources instantly without having to go into the app. Now, 2 things about that. One is I've noticed it's been getting a little slower about updating lately, which is a bit frustrating. It used to be a lot more responsive, but now, for whatever reason, it says updating, but doesn't want to show me what I want. But no, I did not. Reconnect. But in the upper right-hand corner of that is something called Show More. And if you click on Show More, that will not, and I did not know this until I figured out today, it shows you what's going on in the market. So you can buy things on the market for what you see there. That's kind of neat. Show less, show more. I don't know how to update or scroll it or anything, but there is a market view there. So that's a little tip too. If you're looking at doing the market and you're at work, you can get a glimpse of some stuff that you can buy by hitting show more. So that's all I've got to talk about the market tonight. You've heard my plans. You've seen where the ship is at. Oh, and a quick review. This is November the 29th. It is 8:26 at night. And if you want to remember, we started this November the 16th. So we are now 13 days in, not quite 2 weeks, and we are now approaching level 8. So I'll let you know, and I'll keep track of the dates, the times, and our progress. I wish you could have been with me when I hit the button this morning, but I was at work. But I will do my best to keep you guys in the loop as much as possible so you can follow along and see if somebody out there is clever enough to find a clear path to beat mine. I bet you guys can. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I really, really hope that you find a little time to have a bit of fun every day. Thank you for listening, and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.